stand by for action.
Thanks for joining me. My name is Dave Milner. I am the Unpleasant Blind Guy, and I want to welcome you to part one of this episode of the Unpleasant Blind Guy on EDL Radio. Now remember, if you want to contact me with comments, questions, show suggestions, Awesome American suggestions, I'm available at UBG Contact on Twitter, or I can also be found as Dave Milner or Agador, that's Aggedor, on Mublet, the Tea Party Community, Spreely, Minds, MeWe, or Gab. Now let's begin.
News gives me the creeps.
Never in the field of human conflict was so much owed by so many to so few. I hope, indeed I pray, that we shall not be found unworthy of our victory if after toil and tribulation it is granted to us. For the rest, we have to gain the victory. That is our task. Let us therefore brace ourselves to our duty, and so bear ourselves that if the British Empire and its commonwealths last for 1,000 years, men will still say, this was their finest hour.
We shall not fail or falter, we shall not weaken or tire. Neither the sudden shock of battle nor the long-drawn trials of vigilance and exertion will wear us down. Give us the tools, and we will finish the job.
We shall go on to the end. We shall fight with growing confidence and growing strength. We shall defend our island, whatever the cost may be. We shall fight in the fields and in the streets. We shall fight in the hills. We shall never surrender.
Well, there you go. Good evening and welcome to the English Defence League Radio Show, broadcasting live on blogtalkradio.com. The English Defence League Radio Show, the truth, and the voice of the EDL. And we've all buoyed up tonight because, as you just heard the tune, we're going on vacation, yes. Let me read out the banner tonight, though, guys, and then I'll bring my my dear friend and colleague, Mr. Dave Agador Milner, to join just after I've just read this. So, English Defence League Radio Show, typical tyrants and bilious bullies. There you go. Yes. Welcome to the English Defence League Radio Show. Dave, what you like? With your host, Jeff Holiday Mitchell, and our panelist this evening is Dave VK Milner. Jan the Tornado Ready will join us if she's not already on holiday. Good day. As we pack our bags and cases tonight, almost broken the tune there, we will be discussing heavy-handed officials using their offices to spread evil across the globe while lining their corrupt pockets. The English Defence League radio team prays our great listeners have a safe and prosperous next few weeks. After this evening and must-hear archive shows, we'll be back live at our normal time on Thursday, the 5th of September. Stay loud, stay proud, stay vigilant, and no surrender ever. All that is necessary for evil to prevail is that good men do nothing. And that was by the late, great Edmund Burke. Those who make peaceful revolution impossible will make violent revolution inevitable. And that was by the late, great President John F. Kennedy. And without further ado, let me bring in my vacation friend, Mr. Dave Agador Milner. And I think Dave was just waxing up his circle. Dave, over to you, mate.
All right. Good evening to you, Jeff. And hello to everybody around the world and off Earth, yes, including good evening to everybody in the UK and good afternoon to everybody in the States. Yeah. Well, yeah, we're all excited here at the English Defence League Radio Show. Got to have a couple of weeks off and that sort of thing. But as you guys heard, we will be back on the 5th. We're not going away all together. And just want to give you a couple of things that you'll get to hear if you come here at our normal broadcast times until we come back on the 5th, okay? And again, if you're listening to this show on the Unpleasant Blind Guy page at Spreaker.com, our normal live podcast times are Thursdays and Sundays at 8:30 p.m. in the UK and 3:30 p.m. Eastern in the United States. And that is when they're normally on. Of course, we're going to be gone for a little bit, but you guys are not going to be left without things to listen to. The first thing you're going to get is going to be on Thursday the 22nd. That's going to be one of my encore shows. It's called Shadows. I did this within about the last year, and it has to do with our FBI, our Department of Justice, their involvement with Islam, and could it possibly be that this will have something to do with the current anti-Trump conspiracy going on in the deep state? Yeah, it could be. You're going to have to stay tuned to hear that one. And then on Sunday, the 25th, you're going to have a phantasmagorical old-time English Defense League radio team show with an interview of Pamela Geller that Jeff did with Tommy English, a great young man who is sorely missed here at the show.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And on Thursday, the 29th, all right, you're going to hear another one of my archive shows. This one, Jeff has already heard it, as he did hear the other one. This one's called Pedos, with the big push for pedophilia. You guys need to be informed of this. This was done within the last year, and it is about the big push to make pedophilia a civil right. It's something that you need to hear. And on the 1st of September, Sunday the 1st of September, Jeff Mitchell and Tommy English are together again in an interview that they did with the one, the only Tommy Robinson. And you guys are really going to want to hear those shows. Jeff, you know what? Those shows are so good. I mean, we're going to be giving the people so much. You know, let's say you and I just bugger off early now. What about it?
I don't know. We're here now, aren't we? We might as we've got a couple of guests that's joined us, so can't just, you know. I know we got our bags are packed. Dave's just finished waxing his surfboard, and, you know, but, you know, we're here. We might as well complete the mission for tonight, Dave. You know, we'll hang about for a little while. What do you reckon, Dave? That's good, isn't it?
Yeah, I guess so, Jeff. Yeah, we are here and everything, you know.
Dave's got one foot in and 1 foot out the door. He's ready to go. He's got all his gear. He's got his Beach Boys shorts. Dave, you got it all, haven't you, mate? You got it all.
I got it all together, Jeff. I got it all together, man. I mean, you know, we're ready to take off. But, you know, we do miss you guys, and we do pray when we're gone that you guys do have a wonderful and safe time at this basically end of summer. Yeah. But Jeff, what about you now? Unless would you like to recognize the guests we have in the chat first?
I would. These are two great gentlemen. Remove Cabal is a friend of mine called Joss, a great gentleman. Good to see you here.
Welcome.
This evening, Joss. Always, buddy. And of course, we got Noddy. He's joining us tonight, and it's lovely to be here. Remove Cabal. I wouldn't expect
welcome to you, brother.
Evening, fellow bigots.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes,
he must have heard our last show.
We love seeing you here, don't we, Dave?
He must have heard the last show we did on Thursday. And guys, if you haven't heard that one, you should go back and listen to it. It will come around eventually on the Unpleasant Blind Guy page at Spreaker.com. But Thursday, we had a monster show that included the Chief Executive Officer of the Exceptional Conservative Network, Mr. Ken McClinton, a man I've known for years. And we just had a bang-up show. You guys should really go back and check that one out. While we're gone, a little something for you. He's an excellent commentator, people. And Jeff and I had a great time with it. Didn't we, Jeff?
Yeah, we certainly
had a great,
did. Yeah, Ken is a wealth of information, and ladies and gentlemen, he's an absolutely awesome patriot, isn't he, Dave? Absolutely.
Mm-hmm. Oh, definitely. Jeff, he starts out his shows, every one of his shows, the Exceptional Conservative Show, which comes on at 9:05 p.m. Eastern in the United States, weeknights. He starts off every one of his shows with kids doing our national anthem. It's great. But, Jeff, I'm going to go ahead now, if you don't mind, and give people information about how they can write Tommy Robinson while he is in prison. All right? And you guys can keep us up. He's right now, we think he's going to be incarcerated until about the middle of September. So we'll say a little prayer that everything goes well for him. We do have some information coming up in 4 audios that were done through Rebel Media, and it's going to have some more stuff. But if you want to write him while he's in prison, he appreciates the paper letters because, as Jeff, as you say, it helps him spend his time, and that's always a good thing. If you want to send a snail mail to him, you can use the following information. You'll need his real name. This is in case you haven't read a newspaper in the last 3 or 4 years, which is Stephen Yaxley Lennon. That's StephenYaxley Lennon. No dash between the Yaxley and the Lennon. His prison number is A2084CG. That's A as in Alpha, 2084. C as in Charlie, our executive producer, and G as in golf. You'll need both of those in order to send him a paper letter or to send him email, which we'll get to in just a minute. Okay? He's being held currently, and let's hope it stays that way, at HMP Belmarsh. That's BELMARSH. HMP, of course, standing for Her Majesty's Prison. That's on Western Way, Thamesmead. Now, for Americans, that's THAMESMEAD, London, SE280 0EB is the postal code or zip code. That's Southeast 28 0EB. And if you want to send him an email, you have to register at this website. But you can send him an email for about 40p. That's less than a buck in American. Go to https://www.emailaprisoner.com, and they can get you set up there with an account and everything. And you can send Tommy Robinson mail in prison. He is, by all accounts, receiving his emails, although there's a little skullduggery going on, and that's going to be part of what we're going to get into in just a moment. Right, Jeff?
Yeah, we certainly will. Some nefarious things that we found while we was listening to Jessica. Well, she'd had a visit and she was on the way back to the airport, and she'd done a video for us to check out. And a couple of things come out there that rather nefarious, but we'll explore that as we go through the show.
Sure.
I won't say too much because I don't want to spoil the audio that
right.
Jessica had done, because it's a pretty good. I mean, it was quite an extensive audio video, wasn't it, Dave? I've got to admit, Jessica done as usual sterling work. Well done to her. She just is good at what she does. Do you know what I mean? And I'll give a big salute. And of course Ezra for all the great works that he's been doing as well. It's thank goodness we have Rebel Media that does recognise the plight of people like Tommy. And Ezra has become really quite close friends with the family and Tommy. So no matter what people say, there's a relationship that Tommy works due to him working with Rebel Media that, with some friends, you're going to have them for the rest of your life, aren't you, Dave? And I think that's a similar situation what we've got with where Rebel Media and Mr. Robinson's concerned. I think you would agree, Dave?
Well, I do agree, and I think that Rebel Media is in great part responsible for the decent treatment that Tommy Robinson is getting right now in prison. I mean, it could be way worse. They could have him at HMP only, and I mean, it could be nasty, and it's not. And I think that's partly because of all the attention that he's receiving. But Jeff, there was a demonstration that you have new information about. Do you want to get into that real quick before we begin these audios, brother?
Well, I will, and it's just something that I heard over the last day or so, and it's that the August the 24th demonstration, the #free Tommy demonstration, has been cancelled. I don't want to go into too many details, but it seems that there is there's concerns about people taking their children there, and that there could be a possible attack by the Antifa scumbags out there. And, people, like Tommy said, he doesn't want to see any women and children being hurt. And, if I was, I'd probably say the same if I was Tommy. You think about the people, you think about how much love is coming your way. You don't want to see people getting hurt. I can understand that, Dave. I really, truly can. Because if you're put in that situation, maybe you're in a cell for so many hours a day, and you get all these letters, and I know Tommy's been sticking ladies and gentlemen, Tommy's been sticking letters up on the wall, pictures up on the wall, he's covering his wall, and something I did come across, I don't mind saying this, and Jessica will say it, but see, when you're in one of these cells, and they're very small cells, aren't they, Dave? Let's be honest here. So Tommy's within a prison within a prison. He doesn't see no sunlight. That's something I've got to let you guys know, and that will explain itself as the audio's played out. But the only way that you can do things, it's got so much mail, he's decided he uses a little bit of toothpaste and he sticks a letter on the wall, or a little bit of toothpaste and he puts it on the back of the picture and sticks that on. That is how you go about being a part of the system, ladies and gentlemen. So there you go, Tommy. It's how you get by, and I know what I've got out of what I've been listening to. is Tommy he's got a library in his prison. He's been doing quite well with books, this, that and the other. So he's got plenty to read up on and other things that he's thinking about when he comes out, especially this Rape of Britain. I think he's going to continue the documentary on that when he's back in the normal surroundings. I know it's been on his mind. He wants to get it done, and he wants to put it out because it's going to be explosive. But anyway, Dave, I'm going off a little bit of time. I just want to let our listeners know some of the details with Tommy, and it does seem, isn't it, Dave, at this moment in time, because we never know. I mean, being a part of a prison system, ladies and gentlemen, there's a word called ghosting you. Now, if you're ghosted, that means they will come up to you and say, look, Tom, we've got to move you. You're going. Get your gear together, you're going. And that's how they do it. They don't give you a bit of time to do it. They just get your gear together, you're on the move. And they normally got a van waiting for you, boom, you're off to another prison somewhere. So that's all we've been concerned about, that they don't try to put him in that same situation. As I say, most people have been keeping a very close eye on the situation, because you know the hellhole that he was put in before, ladies and gentlemen. That is what we're watching very closely. But the good thing about it is the prison, the governor has been visiting Tommy every day. He's getting, I think, Dave, it's right, he's getting medical help every day. Someone's coming in about make sure he's okay, things that he needs and all that. So at least he's in a better situation than he was in the last, hellhole. Let's call it that, hellhole that he was in. Because we was all quite concerned, wasn't we, Dave, about his psychological, not just his physical, but his psychological. You're stuck in there, it can affect your mind, and it can, well, especially at Onley, having people saying they're going to cut your throat, they're going to rape your wife, blah, blah, blah. That's what he had. People were deprecating, throwing it through your cell window, that sort of thing. That's puts you under all sorts of pressure, doesn't it, Dave, But anyway, back to you, brother.
And that is it for this time. Next time, part 2. I appreciate each and every one of you. Thank you for listening, and may your God go with you. Goodbye. The Unpleasant Blind Guy is copyright 2019. Anno Domini. Now for Dave's Canes. Extras that help you navigate the new media world.
Conservative media done right. You're listening to the SHR Media Network.
Hey, this is Michael Wright.
And I'm Shannon Wright.
Join us for The Right Way with Shannon and Mike, Monday through Thursday from 7 to 9 a.m. right here on SHR Media.
Why are they joining us?
For fun things like sports, politics.
Oh, maybe some news and entertainment?
And all kinds of other things.
Money and recipes and events, all kinds of stuff.
Yeah, so join us Monday through Thursday, 7 to 9 a.m. here on shrmedia.com.
From a public locker inside a dilapidated Long Island rail station comes a show designed to piss off liberals using truth, facts, and ridicule. The Lid Radio Show, featuring the conservative voice from the People's Republic of New York, the Lid himself, Jeff Dunitz. Tune in every Wednesday at 2 p.m. Eastern, 11 a.m. Pacific on the SHR Media Network. Go to shrmedia.com. At Lid Radio, we fight for the truth, justice, and a good kosher T-bone. If you don't listen, Hillary Clinton might sneak into your bedroom in her housecoat late at night and blame you for her election loss. It's the Lid Radio Show with Jeff Dunitz.
It's your business diva here, Melanie Collette. I am inviting you to a front row seat as I discuss some of the most intriguing details of wealth and finance with today's movers and shakers in the world of business. Listen in and discover financial truths on a global, domestic, and household scale. Uncover topics that will impact your wallet today and in the future. Money Talk with Melanie airs Monday through Friday, 5 p.m. East, 2 p.m. West, right here on SHR Media and High Plains Pundit Talk Radio. You can't afford to miss it.
The new show on the SHR Media Network, Sackheads Against Tyranny. On shrmedia.com. Go there quick like a bunny, 11 p.m. Eastern, 8 p.m. Pacific, every Wednesday. Live and direct on the SHR Media Network. shrmedia.com. Be there.
Broadcasting behind enemy lines in occupied California, a mere 2 miles from the state capital, the bloviating Zeppelin's Berserk Bobcat Saloon Radio Show can be heard every Tuesday and Thursday night at 8 p.m. Pacific and 11 p.m. Eastern, only on the SHR Media Network. Go to shrmedia.com to listen. You can also watch on the SHR Media Facebook page and the SHR Media YouTube channel. No goldfish were abused in the making of this ad.
Hey girls, Carry Girl Gear is here. More and more women every day are concealed carrying, participating in competitive shooting, and getting firearms training. It's not a boys club anymore, and we don't have to shop in their stores anymore either. Finally, a cool and unique clothing line just for women. Dope tees and hats for the patriotic concealed carry and 2A girl. So what are you waiting for? Go check out carrygirlgear.com today.
Conservative media done right. You're listening to the SHR Media